Hi guys, greetings. I hope you're doing good wherever you are. I'm Dr. Miyoka. Welcome to Retracing My Africa in the Diaspora. Guys, in today's video, I'm just going to be diving in really quickly to talk about what's currently going on in the United States of America with respect to the expected travel ban. So the news in the United States of America, big news outlets like Reuters, the New York Times, Al Jazeera, a lot of them are all reporting that there's an impending travel ban coming, guys. And this is related to an executive order that President Donald Trump signed back in January 20th, 2025. So, guys, before I delve into this, if you're new here, Karibu Sana, welcome. And also, if you're returning, thank you so much for being loyal and always watching my videos. Guys, I would encourage you to go and check out my channel because I've been talking about this for quite some time now, talking about the potential of a repeal of the diversity visa, for example. I've done videos where I'm kind of discussing this. I'm really into immigration policy. So I don't just come and report what's going on. I usually like delving into what I think might happen. I try to predict because I'm an academic. So I'm really trying to look at this from different angles, okay? So for me, from the time the Republicans took office, I had a strong feeling that things were not going to be the same, that they were going to change, and they were going to change drastically in the way of immigration policy. And so the more I listen to the news, the more I see that, what I was thinking is actually just what's rolling out slowly but surely. Yeah, so this thing is serious, by the way. Any of you who are thinking about immigrating to the United States of America, guys, things are serious. I've been talking about this, I've been urging us to pray. It's serious. I'm not even going to pretend or um, sugarcoat anything. The situation is not good, especially for people who are looking to go to the US on a visitor visa, immigrant visa, those sorts of things. This is going to get serious. Actually, there was a video where I talked about how one would expect to undergo extensive interviewing, even to establish whether or not they can give a visa to you. And it's just really, I think it's going to be getting worse, unfortunately, before it gets better. Anyway, in this video, guys, I am specifically wanting to share with you information about this travel ban. And I can't do this the whole issue of the travel ban in one video. So I think I might come back with another video. In today's video, guys, I just want to share with you those countries that are listed as potentially likely to face this restriction. And I also want to let you know, based on the research I have done, there could be changes. So even though I am sharing this list of countries, maybe once the official ban is announced through the media, we may see different countries, more countries, less countries, I don't know. Yeah, so we're just going to be watching out for what the media reports. And what I've also read in the news, in those news outlets I mentioned, Reuters, Al Jazeera, New York Times, and others, what they're saying is that this is basically an internal memo. It was not announced to the media. It was an internal memo, and so people shared this information anonymously, and the media got wind of it. Yeah, so this is how it ended up out into the media. So, guys, I'm gonna be sharing with you this information. They apparently, this draft list of proposed travel ban countries has been put in three categories. Yeah, there's a category 1, which involves 11 countries. Category 2 involves 10 countries, and category 3, 22 countries. All right. So in category 1, group 1, this is the red list. We have Afghanistan, Bhutan, Cuba, Iran, Libya, North Korea, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Venezuela, and Yemen. That's the first category. Now, this first category, it's the expectation is that it's going to be a full suspension. That is to say that anybody from any national from these countries will not be allowed to enter the United States at all. Yeah, and then category 2, yeah, is going to be the orange category. These countries may experience a partial travel ban, a partial restriction. Yeah. So my understanding of this partial restriction is that if you're coming from these countries, there's going to be more scrutiny for people coming from those countries, and more scrutiny and chances of you barred from entering, especially if you don't meet the criteria. This is my understanding. So let me read this out to you guys. And you know, my eyes, I don't really see well, guys. I'm short-sighted, or is it long-sighted? I don't even know. Let me read. Okay, so we have Belarus, Eritrea, Haiti, Laos, Myanmar, South Sudan, Pakistan, Russia, Sierra Leone, Turkmenistan. So on this list I've just read, the African countries here are Eritrea, South Sudan, and Sierra Leone. So if you're in those countries and you're in Africa, take note, guys, take note. This last list, category 3, I think it's the yellow group. This has more countries, 22 countries, and many of them are coming from my people in Africa, guys. So pay attention, guys. Angola. I'm just going to read the African countries. I notice that there's other countries there that are not from Africa. I'll skip those ones. So back. Angola, Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Chad, Congo. That is the Republic of Congo. And then there is DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And then Equatorial Guinea, Gambia, Liberia, Malawi, Mali, Mauritania, and Zimbabwe. Those are the countries that have been listed. Guys, I don't know what's going to happen. That's what the news media is reporting. All we can do is just watch out to see what's going to happen next. This last list, this group 3 list, is not a full suspension. This is also going to be a partial suspension, meaning that individuals from these countries, they will be scrutinized more, and especially if they're coming from countries where they're not proving that their institutions are vetting them properly. So if the vetting is proper, and the US government is convinced that the vetting is proper, then they will face a partial suspension only, like not a full suspension. Because full suspension, you're not going at all. Yeah. And then partial suspension means once your country proves that they're doing the vetting correctly and sufficiently, then they will allow you into the United States of America. Guys, it's not good news. It's not good news because to me, that I look at it, it just seems like a lot of people that were expecting to go to the United States of America may not go to the US anymore, because it's going to boil down to, at the US Embassy, it's going to boil down to what the consular officers decide regarding your case. And you may not have very much to say about it, because you could go to the US Embassy and be denied a visa just based on the consular officer assessing your case and feeling like, they're not convinced. I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, we're just going to wait and see how this pans out. But I'm not sugarcoating, like I said earlier. Guys, things are thick. I'm going to come back. I will come back. I need just to do a little bit more research, because the information on the travel ban is a lot. It's a lot. So I can't do this in one video. It's not, I didn't want to do that, because I was just feeling like there's too much information, and sharing all of this at once will be too much. But for those of you who follow me, who are across the continent of Africa and have been waiting religiously for your opportunity to be interviewed at the US Embassy in your country or in your region, so that you can then be able to immigrate to the US, please take note of what is being announced in the news media. Just follow the US news closely on immigration, because immigration policy is changing by the day, and it may affect you and your family. So you need to know this. And if you already haven't subscribed to my channel, guys, please do. I will be coming back with more videos regarding this travel ban. And I also urge us, as always, to continue to pray and believe God. Remember, guys, if you haven't watched my video, I spoke about the art of waiting. In that video, I was talking about the importance of praying, and also the importance of submitting oneself to God's will. It was a very good video. If you have time, please watch. Every day we need to submit ourselves to the will of God. You know, in that video, I talked about how we cannot force things. We can't force things, guys. The only thing we can do is ask God's intervention in our lives. And if you end up not getting that visa, if you end up being denied that visa, it's not the end of the road. It's not the end of the world, guys. The Lord will always make another way for you. Yeah. And I'm not saying you're not going to get that visa. I'm just preparing some of you for what could potentially happen to your case. Yeah. If you're denied a visa, just be prepared for anything. Maybe that's what I'm going to say. Be ready for anything and watch and pray. Watch and pray. Yeah. If that ends up happening, just understand that where this one door closed, another one will open. Don't give up hope. Just keep hope alive. Thank you for watching. Until another time, it's me checking out. Bye-bye.